Can the USA confirm their status as amongst the elite of football as they dismantle Paraguay last night to start the World Cup off with a bang? Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports. Here myself Charlie, and right before the video starts, please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon, talk about all sport from all angles. Yes, I mean, like I say, the World Cup, I'm going to try and do more of a roundup style thing. It's going to be hard. Obviously, I'm not being snobby. I'm not being a typical European fan, but obviously with the times, with work, etc., I'm not be able to do every single game. But I did, luckily enough, manage to do both the games last night. And I think before going on to the USA, going to start with Canada, Bosnia. Of course, anyone who follows the channel, watches the channel, who knows me, knows my fondness for Bosnia as a country and the people of Bosnia. They probably are my second team going into this World Cup. And I feel that last night, listen, Bosnia are never going to play really super expansive football. That's just not how they are. That's not how they play. And they played exactly how they played against Wales and exactly how they played against Italy in the playoffs, which is they defend really well, they head everything, they throw their bodies in front of everything, and it's a really hard team to play against. Now, I think the problem for Canada was, I think they said it on the BBC, is I think they were expecting a more expansive game, a more open game. And then after, they didn't really know what to do. I mean, I thought their play in the final third, Canada's, was poor last night. I think the loss of Davis is huge. Kyle Larin, you would think, would come in now for the next game. I'm surprised that he wasn't started. That was a bit of a gamble from Marsh. I don't necessarily think it paid off. But all in all, like I say, both teams will come away from that happy with the draw. With all due respect to Qatar, they are going to probably be looking at that group, Bosnia and Canada. I think if we get 3 points there, we're both on 4. Switzerland game then becomes an anything goes sort of category. But I think those three teams will now look and think, yeah, we can get ourselves through here. As for the USA game, what a performance. What a performance. Now, I think there is a caveat, there is an asterisk. I think Paraguay were poor, really poor. I think the player I was really surprised at, well, there was two actually. I thought Gustavo Gomez, considering he plays his football at Palmeiras and, you know, is a fantastic centre-back who's played in Copa Libertadores finals, played at big, massive games of the Brasileirão. His sort of, I don't know, every time he was near the ball, it just looked like a disaster was going to happen. And I also thought Miguel Almiron was poor as well last night for Paraguay. You know, Enciso was great. I was surprised that Ramon Sosa didn't come on. I was, but I guess it was game management. I obviously, being a foreign fan, I'm slightly biased because I liked Sosa. But moving on from Paraguay and the poor performance, what a performance from the USA. Balogun, outstanding. Really, really good. Pulisic showed why he is the star of this US men's national team. Yes, it's been much memed, the whole LeBron James of soccer thing. Yes, it's been heavily, sneered at. But he was class last night. He really was. And Weston McKennie as well and Tyler Adams, which I think is a very good midfield. They played fantastic. I thought the standout, though, was Anthony Robinson. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Listen, Pochettino's clearly playing a high fullbacks system. I worry for them against high qualities because if you lose the ball in the midfield, you're going to be a spot bother, especially with the 38-year-old Tim Ream at centre-back. That's going to be an issue. But all in all, I thought it was a great performance from the USA. And we'll probably see them through. Australia-Turkey is the early hours of this morning. I will try and stay up and watch that, but who knows? My sleep schedule at the minute's not looking great, and I think family and friends are starting to get a little bit concerned already. But I think some of the hyperbole is outrageous. I don't think the USA are going to win the World Cup. That's the truth of it. But I think they'll surprise a few teams, and I hope they do well, because last night you could have put that atmosphere anywhere in the world. You could have put it in a traditional heartland of football and you wouldn't have known. And that was really good. I thought that was sort of the moment where I thought, do you know what? Yeah, criticise this World Cup, but it's still growing the game. Just on Canada, Bosnia, just go back to that game. I think that with Canada, they are going to struggle because I think there's a lot of injuries. They've been unlucky. I just think they're going to struggle defensively as well at times because it's a big ask to put Deforgelas in the team at this age. I mean, you never know, but I think they'll get through. but I worry for them against the higher quality nations. As for Bosnia, I said they're going to scrap, they're going to fight. It'll be interesting to see how they get on in the rest of the games, because I think they will get through now. I hope they do anyway. But I say, great night of football coming up as well. Start off Qatar, Switzerland, Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland, then Turkey, Australia. What a night. As always, guys, let us know what you think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated. As a try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. As always, have a great day.